Okay, welcome everybody to the Netmums huddle this year. As you know, the topic of the day is for good. So we've been joined today by the lovely Sam Faiers.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Who's here to talk about what it is to be a good mum, particularly in light of the explosion of social media, and what it is to be a good mum when you're a reality TV star and everyone is a judge. So, welcome. How would you describe what it is that you do? If you meet someone who doesn't know who you are, I don't know who that would be, by the way, what do you say your job is?
Do you know what? I really don't like that question. There is a stigma of saying you're a reality TV star, but I am a reality TV star. I'm also a businesswoman and I'm also now a mum. So I suppose I'd say, yeah, I'm a kind of TV personality / businesswoman.
And in case anyone's been living on Mars, can you give us a quick 1 minute recap as to how we got to the Sam Faiers that we have with us today? How did it all start?
Okay, well, I used to work for Lloyds TSB in a bank, and then there was an opportunity to come up in our area, Essex, and they was doing sort of kind of casting for a new TV show. My friend Amy and I, and Charles, some of you might know her, we went up for the casting and for the TV show, and they didn't actually come back to us for a year.
A year?
Yeah, it sort of went quiet.
Wow.
And you just don't just carry on with life. It was nothing. It was just like a little, kind of like a VT type thing we did. Anyway, and then they commissioned the show, and then we started filming for the show, like almost instantly, within like a week.
And did you know what you were getting yourself into? Did you think it was going to be the huge deal that it became?
Do you know what? We had nothing to lose. We was young. I was 18 when I casted for it, so I was young. So we was just excited. We was like, what's it going to be like? And I don't know, we didn't really think anything of it. And the night the show went on air, the following day it just blew up.
Really? From episode one?
From episode 1, yeah. And then like I was like in Sainsbury's or like going on my way to work, so I still hadn't resigned yet from work, so it was like juggling the both. And people were like, oh, I see you on TV, and it was just completely new to us.
So how long did you carry on with the day job for?
Not long. It was about 3 months, but I was part-time at this point, so it wasn't too much. And I used to wear glasses as well, so not many people recognise me. Yeah, and then just overnight, and then I was in the show for 3 years. I've done 3-4 years at Towie, and then I left. I done Big Brother, became a finalist, and then after that, and now I'm doing the Mummy Diaries, my own series, or Baby Diary, which then got commissioned to its own series, Mummy Diaries, and yeah.
And now here we are. So, how did it grow and snowball from being the TV star that everyone stopped in Sainsbury's to being this social media kind of icon? I mean, you have 1.7 million followers on Instagram. That's a number that Netmums can only dream of, by the way. How does that correspond? Did you target social media? Did you think, I want to be a star in that space?
I think like this day and age and this era is all about social media. I think everyone's got it, and whether or not you're using it for a platform just to promote yourself or your business or just to share pictures of your family, that I use mine just like anybody else, apart from obviously when you do sponsored posts and things. But for me, I use it as like just to show people that I am real, a person. I'm not just someone that does like that, endorses products and does red carpet and stuff. I am, as well as that, just regular mum.
So when you're taking a picture of baby Paul or big Paul,
yeah,
are you thinking 1.7 million people are going to look at this photo, or are you just thinking, oh
no, because then that's when I get people criticise everything I do. We do, especially in social media, being in the public eye, and it's hard because I just want to post a picture of. I posted here. Here's an example. I posted a picture of my son in the baboon sling, those sling, yeah, and I had him facing outwards.
I remember the day.
And it was just like, it literally blew up. And I didn't know that it was right from wrong. All I know is that my baby was safe. He was in my arms and he was tied in and he was asleep. He was safe. And it just went madness. And I was thinking, like, for me to post, just wanted to post normal things that if he wasn't in the public eye, people wouldn't probably...
Yeah, just to recap, so the reason the photo went viral is that there was lots of criticism about the type of sling that he was in and the position that baby Paul was facing, and lots of criticism of Sam saying she was a bad mum because she positioned him incorrectly.
Yeah, but I mean, I didn't actually genuinely know, and I just thought, and he is a big baby, and I thought to have him, I don't know, I just wanted him facing out in the fresh air, just a walk, and I posted the picture, and then, but I didn't delete it, I didn't retaliate, because I thought, no, why should I delete it? I don't know, like, I see loads of mums carrying their babies that way as well.
Does it hurt when someone criticises you, not in your role as media star, whatever? Does it hurt when they criticise you in your role as mum?
Well, things like that, it's people that say, this is how you, it's like, it's almost like experts on the sleep, do you know what I mean? I just think, well, I'm not going to let it affect me. I don't lose sleep on people saying nice things about me, but since the show's aired, the media write things on my family, Paul Stanley, my partner, that's when it hurts. It doesn't really hurt me. I've learned to grow like a thick skin.
But did you learn that, or do you think you're naturally gifted at just letting stuff wash over you?
Maybe, because Paul, my partner, says to me, let's say we're out and about, or there's a photographer or something. I don't know what it is, but I pretend that I don't see them and I just carry on. And Paul goes, and he said, how do you not? I said, I think we've been doing it so many years, it's just the way that my brain functions now. And if someone was to say something like inappropriate or something, I just ignore that, I didn't hear it.
Do you check social media when you've posted something? Do you then look and see what the comments are?
Yeah.
And
all the time.
So what's a good barometer of good and bad? Are we looking for lots of comments, or are we looking for lots of good comments? What's the difference?
I am lucky, I'm grateful, I get a lot of lovely comments, especially like mums, young mums and mums to be that can relate to me, especially since the Baby Diaries and the Mummy Diaries. It's just like it's just a family show, there's nothing, I don't think there's anything controversial in there, but obviously the media pull out things, and majority is really supportive, really nice, and you always get your ones, and then once one, it's like a snowball effect. Sometimes when one person might say something negative, the others might.
And are you always surprised at what the negative things are that people latch onto, or do you kind of have a sense now for the thing that's going to be controversial?
No, it's kind of always, you never know what to expect, because sometimes I think that might be controversial, and then it's not, and then something else is, and I think, what? How?
Yeah. I don't know about you, but the thing that shocked me the most was the criticism of you kissing your baby on the lips.
Oh no, it was actually Paul kissing his mum on the
but then
lips.
you posted a picture of you.
Oh yeah. Yeah, then I kissed his mum on the lips, yeah.
So why do you think that it's you as a mum that people love to go after, be it the Daily Mail or just a woman sat at home on her mobile phone passing comment? Why do you think motherhood is the thing that everyone feels they can bash?
I really don't know. It's hard, because I think when I was pregnant, I always knew I was going to be. I knew what kind of mum I was going to be. I knew I wanted to breastfeed. I knew I wanted to devote all my time to the baby. I just knew, do you know what I mean? And I think every mum's different, and since being a mum now, I meet other mums, and everything I talk about is babies. And
like me and you.
Yeah, chatting about TV and all sorts of stuff, and I just think like, it's really hard, because everyone's trying to, I don't think everyone should try and be that perfect, you can't be, and there's so many different books and this and that, I read it all and I've done it all, and in the end I just went, you know what, I'm going to do it my own way.
So being in the public eye doesn't make you sit there thinking, I've got to be more perfect, I've got to be more perfect?
Initially, yeah, you think, well, you know, I can't, then I put a step wrong. I don't know, I don't think so. I think the most important thing, like most mums will know, that when you have a baby, that's all that matters. So media and people and whatever they judge, and I know what I'm doing, I know I've got a healthy baby and I'm doing a good job. So if other people don't think that, I've learned just to think, then you don't. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so I know that I'm doing good, so.
Are you ever tempted to retaliate? I know we had a catch up a few weeks ago and you told me that you were in talks with the Daily Mail about some of their coverage. Tell us a bit about that.
I never do this.
I know.
I never.
But they have gone after you in quite
and that's just like way. And I've always had a good sort of relationship with the Daily Mail from the start to now, and ever since the Baby Diaries aired, I felt like every time they was writing a story on me, it was really negative, and there was like, it's almost like they goaded me, and it was like, in the end, I was thinking, why? Like, I get it, like, you know, they're not always going to write bits and pieces, it's boring, everyone wants to, like, but it's literally every single story. I might have been to lunch and just being pictured, and all of a sudden it's like, they'll bring like a picture of like Paul and his mum, and they'll just, it's just like distasteful, and I just thought in the end, actually, each week now, you're just slagging up my family. So I just said to them that I feel like it's really unfair,
And what did they say back?
nothing.
Have they replied to the letter?
No, but it has got better.
It has got better.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah,
So you are
interesting.
having an effect. You're actually tackling the scariest newspaper in the land.
Well, I don't know.
And winning! That's amazing! So your child now is growing up very visibly, almost like a member of the royal family or something. We see pictures of him almost every day.
Yeah.
What do you think the impact is going to be on him as he grows up? Do you think social media is going to be a good thing for the next generation, particularly public babies like baby Paul, or are you worried that it's going to have some negative consequences?
I haven't really thought that far ahead, to be honest, but I just think it's just our world now, isn't it? Social media and the way things are. If someone asked me, do you think Paul's going to be a reality TV star, my answer would be no. Because I know how much my partner loves sports, and he just can't wait for him to walk down to pick a ball. Like, I just think that, like, you know, although Paul and my family have been part of this journey with Mummy Diaries with me, it's not Paul's world, and I know that like, my partner would want the baby to, you know, be into sports and whatever it is that he wants to be. Paul's like, that's you. You do what you've got to do. Me and the baby will do our football and everything we've got to do.
But saying that, and now I have to address the story that's everywhere this morning. The last episode of Mummy Diaries Series 1 was last night, and the cliffhanger was that you announced to your family that you're planning to move to LA.
Yeah.
Surely that's taking the whole social media thing to the next level. What's the plan there? Are you going, first of all? Are you definitely going?
Yeah. Well, we haven't found anywhere to move. We haven't got like our working visas as yet. We were meant to go in October, and then the show was up. Now it's Christmas. We're going to go in February. And we just want to live it. We want to go out there and just see what it is. Where we are both so young and the baby's not in school, we feel like we've got to take, you know, our dreams and do it. Otherwise, we'll never do it. And you know, I want more children, so I'll have another baby and so and so. So we said, you know, we're both very business minded, and like, I've got so many ideas in my head, and I just think, oh, I want to make them happen. And I feel like being at home where I am in Essex is just kind of going to keep going round and round in circles. I feel like I need to get out to do it.
Are you not scared of the quadrillion more eyeballs that might be on you if you suddenly become a star in the US like you are?
I hadn't even thought of it like that.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. Only because the reason why we would be going is not only to live it and have like a nice time and just, you know, something completely different that we can do in our once in a lifetime opportunity, but the business ideas aren't kind of reality or TV related. It's
Other stuff.
Are
you allowed to tell us what it is?
Well, no, yeah, it's not a secret. Like, I really want to do a organic baby range. Jessica Alba's got one in there called Honest, and I love it, and I love all that kind of stuff, and I just would love to. We'd love to do one ourselves.
Do you think you would be the level of star that you are now if you hadn't become a mum? Do you think becoming a mum was pivotal to kind of the explosion in your popularity?
Being a mum's like a whole new world. I didn't even think of it like that at all. But since having the baby, I suppose it's different because I've had the series. Had I not had the series, you're not on telly doing it, are you? But it's so different, but I prefer it. I love it. I love being in the public eye now, being a mum than I did before. Like PAs and this and that. This is so much more. This is me. Like, I love it.
Even with all the bashing that happens, though, even with all the really, really horrible things that people say.
Well, I've got such a supportive family and Paul, and they're so good. They just make me. Do you know what I mean? Like that, I'll think, oh, why have they done another negative story? Blah blah blah. Paul's like, look, if they didn't write about the show the day after, then we've got a problem. So it's just the way he is with me, and turns it around and makes people better. So.
When you leave the house now, how many people are outside your house?
No.
Are you followed everywhere that you go?
No. When sometimes, like, I live down like country lane really, so it's a bit off the beaten track, but my shop, if I go to the shop or to the office, there might be some paparazzi lurking around, but it's not how it was with the hype when Towie was in its day.
It's calmed down a bit.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going out into London, of course, like people want to take a picture, but it's not how it was.
And do you think when you go to LA, it might even lessen a bit? Is one of the reasons you're going to escape it a little bit? Or
not necessarily. It's just an opportunity that we want to do and we want to go. Last time I went, I was out there on a job when I was with Louisa Zisman, who I was in Big Brother house with. We were just doing a job that was separate from any media, and then we was in a restaurant and we came out and there was like 60 paps there. It is on a different level out there, right?
Really?
Not that any of them probably really knew who we were, but they have got like that. It's massive out there, like any kind of paparazzi thing. Compared to here, it's a different level.
So when you sit back and think about it all at the end of the day when you're lying in bed, do you think it serves any purpose? Are you doing this to spark debate about certain issues? Are you doing it to present what the real face of motherhood is to people who might not know? What do you think the purpose of the social media storm around you is?
Not at all. Like I said, every mums do their own thing, and I feel like I have got a platform where I can do certain things to help, like especially with the breastfeeding. I think media make it so controversial, and I think why? It's just breastfeeding. It's not a massive deal. But since I've been sort of so open about it and I talk about it and I just feed as and where, so many like young mums or like pregnant mums to be have been like, I was never even planning on trying breastfeeding, and like now I am, and that's what I wanted to hear. Like, I want to hear that kind of stuff because that is what I want to do. It's not necessarily about what's right and what's wrong. I've got a book coming out in January and it's literally my own experiences. Some people got it wrong and they was like, oh, boring, you're not the only one to have a baby. I get a lot of that. And I just think, I'm not saying that, it's just my own experiences, and lots of mums to be do want to read that, and it is interesting to them, because I know that I am always on websites and you Google, you don't, you just do it, and it's just nice, I suppose, for people to hear.
So much of the comment around you happens online. What happens when people see you on the street? Are people as vicious? Or are they nicer?
I don't really say anything.
Really? So do you think people hide behind their phones?
Yeah, definitely. People, majority of the time, 99% of the time, people are nice. People smile, they say you're doing a great job, and but people talk to me like they know me. I suppose because it's reality, but it's nice. Like I remember when the Baby Diaries come out, it didn't really warm to Paul, and we was on holiday, and then there was this couple, and they was like really rude, like I think they said like, oh, there's that like asshole, or whatever it is they said, and we was like, it doesn't give people the right to do it on the street. Do you know what I mean?
So what did you say back?
I was like, I thought I heard wrong, so I was turned around and I thought, did I hear what I just thought I heard? Paul was like, yeah, and I was like, where are they? I thought, where have they gone?
Did you go off?
No, it was so busy. I thought I really wanted to say, like, I would have said something, and Paul's like, just leave it, because he just doesn't care about things like that. He just lets it go over his head.
If you were locked in a room with some of the people who've said some of the nastiest things about you, what would you do?
Not a lot. I'm not very confrontational. I don't know really. I feel like you shouldn't have to prove yourself, and you shouldn't. You sometimes find that you do. Like sometimes I find that I am. Paul's like, you don't need to. Like you don't need to do that. But sometimes I feel that I'm trying to like. Do you know what I've learned? You can't. Not everyone's going to like you. Not everyone gets a likes the reality TV thing. And also, people are always going to comment on the way I'm being a mum. It's just. I think that's just part of being in this circle.
So you wouldn't be the mum?
No.
Do you think other reality TV stars are as relaxed and confident as you are in what they're doing? Are there any that you watch and admire, or are there any that you watch and think, oh, she shouldn't have retaliated to that?
Yeah, everyone's different. I'm really laid back, and I'm so laid back. So I think some people, other celebrities you see get retaliate all the time. But
That's not your way.
no, I just that's what they want. Don't know, they want that one person that's giving you a negative comment wants you to respond, and it makes it's like responding to me.
Yeah.
I respond to the nice stuff.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, we've got a slide that shows basically whenever people start to get nasty about you, you always put something nice up to try and lighten the mood. Is that something that you consciously try and do?
If you can zone on the negative all the time, it's just dull. I don't know, I'm just like, I've got a happy little life, and people that are negative, I just think, no, you're not going to pull me down today. Like, I respond to all people that say nice things.
Is there anything that would ever make you take a step back? If someone said something really hideous about baby Paul, or you were doorstepped a bit too much, is there any time you can see yourself going, I'm not doing this anymore?
You mean not being in the public eye?
Mm-hmm.
No, I think the only reason that I wouldn't be in the public eye anymore is because in years to come I want loads of kids and I want a farm and all that kind of stuff. That's the reason. But this is a platform for me to be where I want to be, so you can't. I think if someone was to be like ridiculously negative and say something about your family, you can't just sort of give up. I think you've got to keep going. You can't let them ruin years and years of you building yourself and your businesses.
What happens when baby Paul's 7 or 8 and sees something about you guys online and says, Mummy, I don't like it?
Of course there's that. We're just going to read this one day, he's going to see this, but
what will the
I think-
answer be?
well, I mean, he's going to have the support and love that you can't believe. I don't think there's ever going to be a moment where he feels that he's, I'm not even thought of that far.
You don't plan ahead.
No.
So what is next then?
Well, they're keen to do another series.
Great.
Yeah.
So that will be following you in LA?
Yes. Well, that's what we
Exciting.
I've got my book coming out December the 29th, which is baby Paul's first birthday.
Lovely.
Yeah, and I want another baby. I want to move first, and then I want another baby, and marriage, and Paul and I really want to get married, so that's the dream.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for
Thank you
talking
for
to us.
having me.
So I'm sure we're going to have lots of questions here now. Has everybody got any? Yes, hello.
I actually didn't watch Towie, and I'm not on social media, but so I probably have known most about the things you do through things like the Daily Mail and stuff like that. I've really been impressed by the way that you handled particular topics like speech and breastfeeding as well. It's a really amazing platform there. You obviously use social media for business and that sort of stuff, but for some of the people around that are a bit younger, that are maybe going down the more famous for famous sake route, do you think that there's lines at which maybe they should think about not crossing, or how do people kind of behave responsibly, especially when they're maybe role models to, I think that kind of sensitive age group, like maybe those 8 to 12-year-old girls who are always excited to go into social media for the first time?
So do you mean what we post?
Yeah, I guess do you think that people who are in that kind of reality social media world need to be a bit more responsible
Definitely.
when they've got younger role models, their role models too much younger kids?
I think so, definitely, and that's why I think, we don't choose to have a young following, but we do, and we have always since been on in the town days. So I think when you're posting and things that are I use it as a platform sometimes to try and help others and try and be, a great role model for young women. But you're right, sometimes, people that reality stars might post things that aren't exactly great for role models, but it's hard because you kind of have to live your life at the same time, and you can't, let's just say anyone in this room social media, you don't think ahead, can I post this or shall I not? Sometimes it's hard, you know what I mean? You think, this is my life, I don't know.
But then only about 10 people might see my Insta post,
Yeah.
whereas 10 million might see yours.
Exactly. That's why I think mine. I mean, I'm a bit like that.
So do you think about it every time you post? Are you thinking who's going to see this?
Yeah, I do, but I mean, other celebrities that don't, I can kind of understand. They think, you know, my life, I'm just going to post. I don't know. It's hard.
Where does the line between your life, your private life, and your reality TV, social media life lie? Can you find the line, or does it not really exist?
I mean, before having the baby, you know, you're all out for yourself, really, aren't you? And then since I've had the baby, it's completely different. So I make family comes first. So anything job-wise that comes in or anything, it's like, can I do it? I mean, I say no to majority of stuff these days because I've got the baby and I'm still exclusively breastfeeding, well, I'm weaning now. But so it's up until now, it's been pretty much, the line has been there. So it's like all devoted to family.
And are there certain things that we will never see? Are there certain shots that you will never show on social media, or will you always kind of share everything?
I like to share everything. I feel like that's what people like about me as well. I think that I like people to just have an insight of my family life as well, and obviously that comes across on the show. I think you've got to give it all or nothing, because if you just sort of drip drabs and this, I don't think people, it won't work.
It won't feel real.
Yeah, exactly, and that's why the show has been a success, because it's raw and it's real and it's me, you know.
Jules, hi. So you're a role model to thousands. Who are your role models?
I have a lot. It's a difficult one, really, because for me, my main priority is family. So my main role models in my life are my mum and Paul and Paul's mum. They, you know, have contributed so much to where I am now and the support they give me. I mean, I have a lot of celebrity role models as well, like beautiful models, and I like their hair and outfits. Like, you know, I follow a lot of girls on Instagram, but in terms of where I am now, my mum and my sister have kept me having a family life and keeping grounded is everything. Because if you haven't got that, you haven't got anything at all. So that. Yeah, so it's there. And Paul, especially now, has been a massive support for me, especially being pregnant to now be a mum of the show. Everything that I'm doing now, he's there behind me, like pushing me on, making sure that I'm going in the right direction. He wants me to like, you know.
But what does your mum make of it all? So in the episode last night of the Mummy Diaries, like the announcement about you going to LA didn't necessarily go down very well. I was nearly crying. Are they supportive of everything you do, or do they think you kind of need to keep a cap on it? It must be, your mum's life raising you was so different to your life raising baby Paul. Like, how does she relate to it?
Well, me and my mum's, Billy, me and my mum have always been the three of us. So for me to say, I think we're going to go to LA to live for a while, and that is obviously a shock. It's like anyone that was going to say it to their mum. I think it's the same sort of reaction, but really and truly, my mum is always going to support whatever we want to do. She's, you know, since then she's been like, you know, this is your life, this is your family now. And I think it's going from that, I am an adult now, I've got my own family, and then you make your own choices. Whereas before it was always just around what Billy and my mum were doing, and now it's like my own choices. And I think it's just the way I am. But my mum moved to Spain twice when she was younger. So I always say to her, I was like, listen, I was like, you moved to Spain, and then you moved us to Spain away from your mum and dad and your family. It's like, yeah, but it's only Spain. But it's still a move, isn't it? But I suppose it's just because she loves us so much and she would miss us.
Hi, I follow both of you and the producer.
Yes.
And I noticed that she's decided to allow fix the time
Yes.
baby. Was it kind of a hard decision to, did you think about doing that maybe?
Not really. I've actually met Indigo. She's really sweet. I think that's just a choice. Like Louisa and her husband, that was their own choice to do so. Really, I don't know. Like, I mean, I never thought of it like that. I just wanted to post pictures of him, just like everybody else posts pictures of their babies, or you know.
Are you mindful of sharing pictures of other people on your social media?
Yeah.
Do you always ask them permission?
Yeah, I'll say, do you like this one? You know.
So how did start? Was it like an audition process or someone, did they approach you or someone else?
Okay, so to start, I don't know if anyone remembers Brian Bellow, Big Brother, years ago. It was his idea. So it was his idea to do a reality TV show type thing in Essex, and he was genuinely friends with myself and Amy, Mark, Kirk, and a few others. So he made a pilot of the TV show, and it went round to all the channels and didn't hear anything back. The pilot's actually on YouTube. It's so embarrassing. It's really
We're
bad.
all going to go and watch it after this.
You have to. It's really bad. Anyway, and that's what I was saying earlier. Then we didn't hear anything for a year, and then ITV production, well, Light Pictures, picked up this footage and was like, there's something here. And then they revisited the majority of the people in the pilot. It was Kirk, Mark, me and Amy were in the pilot. And then they made a new pilot, and then it went straight to series. So they showed it to the channel bought it straight away, and a lot of what's in episode 1, series 1 of Townley was our pilot.
Do you get why it took off? What is it about you and it and them and everyone? Why was it the hit that it was?
I think it's because it was the first reality that we'd done properly in this country. Kind of like, at the time it was The Hills and stuff in America, wasn't it? And I just think that where no one had any filters, no one really knew what they was doing. There was no holding back, and I think that's why it worked so well. It was raw, real. No one had nothing to lose. It was like, that's why that first sort of couple of years is always like funny.
Did you think it would end up like this? No.
Never.
When was there a moment when you realised, oh my god, this is getting big?
Yeah, we won the BAFTAs. We was all
It's
invited.
normally a sign that something's quite successful.
We was invited to the BAFTAs, so that was really exciting. We was all like kids, we was all dressed up, we was all excited, and a lot of the time people would be like, our bosses would be like, and then when we actually won that BAFTA, we was up on stage. That's when it was like really surreal. It was like, wow, this is big.
Anybody else?
Hi.
Not really. I mean, you can't really, when you're signing up to another series, then another one again, you can't really regret it because you know what you put yourself into. It's when you're doing stuff, it's like, should I have done that? Sometimes you think, should I have done that? But not really. I mean, some people do. Some people will be like, oh, I wish I hadn't done this or said that or had that argument. But like I said before, I'm so laid back. I just don't really.
And do you think that's why it works? Because you're really authentic. You're not editing everything you say.
Yeah, maybe.
But you are also a producer of the Mummy Diaries and Baby Diaries. How much ends up on the cutting room floor? Like, what don't we see?
Everything's in there.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, and then it might be something or little things, and I think, okay. But it's all in there. My role is kind of to let them know what I'm doing, where I'm doing it. That all baby classes and that kind of stuff. That's my main producing type role. Because I want the show to be what I do and my family and real storylines, other than, do you know what I mean, made up and to talk about this, about that. That's where my role comes in. It's like making sure that I'm producing what I do is what I do.
Do you never wake up in the morning and think, I don't want to do it today, I just don't want anyone in my face today?
Yeah, sometimes it's like, because although the team are great, for Mummy Diaries it's like only three of them, it's a small team, and they're really nice, but there's some morning you just think, because although I don't wear makeup all the time on the show, but it's still having them in your house, they're there, do you know what I mean? It's like there are some mornings, especially when you've got a baby, you might have been up all night.
Do they stay with you?
No, one night Charlotte did, because they did an overnight footage when the baby was teething. She camped out on the bottom of my bed.
Seriously?
Yeah. Some nights you're just exhausted and you're just not in the mood. And sometimes that comes across, like, sometimes I think, oh, I feel miserable today, and the other days you're like, full of beans, but that's just every day.
Have you ever lost it and gone like, out of my house, I can't do this? That's how I would be.
No. Paul's been before.
Oh, really?
Just need him in there. and we'll just have a minute. Please.
And do they respect that?
Yeah, they're really respectful because it is 24/7. That series took us 6 months to film. It's like a month an episode.
A whole month of your life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
But it's like in sort of bits and bobs, and then it all comes together, and it is great. But it's a lot of time, very time consuming. Well, when the 3 years that I did it, there wasn't any scripts. Obviously, conversations are prompted. So you might have to talk about what happened last night to make sense of the show, otherwise you'd be talking about everything and all sorts of stuff. But I feel like, I mean, I don't really know now what goes on, but I think there's never been like a script to read, to revise, to go home. It's never been like that. It is, like, I think most of it is what is happening. You have to relay everything to the producers, then they go away and create the scenes and the content. So it is written. Not really. Since my sister left, not really. No. I used to watch it for Billy. You mean, you kind of don't have to watch it and you know what's going on. Because obviously you follow them on social media, all the onlines, the magazines. That's like a lot. I don't really watch much TV at all now, to be honest. But I feel like I know what's going on TV. I mean, you read it, don't you?
So do you think social media is replacing TV?
Potentially. YouTube, and people watch things like catch up on their iPads, yeah. I don't really ever watch anything in like real time.
No one watches real time.
No.
But when you do watch something, what do you watch?
I really liked the SAS program that was just done. I love that program, yeah. So like that, I don't know really.
You've got a
All
baby,
watches
you've
things
got-
like Heartless, and I've dipped in and out and stuff. I'm yet to watch The Jungle, I haven't watched that yet. I just, nothing really bad.
So if you had a choice of what to do in the evening, let's say the baby's in bed, you're sat on the sofa, what would you pick up your phone and surf social media, or would
I like internet shopping.
that's my
I feel like since I've become a mum, I'm just constantly on like Amazon.
Are you mainly buying stuff for you or baby for?
Just like send me, I need this, and I write things on my notes, and it's that, doing that. And then also, like, obviously I have social media as well, is a business for me as well, and types of things. So I have to like do posts, and I have to get ready to do like posting for outfits and things like that. But I do all that at home. It's nice because I do feel lucky that I can do a lot of my work at home. And although Middies is like 10 minutes down the road from me, when I've got to do what I've got to do, I'll do it from home at the computer.
Is every day getting dressed about who's endorsed me today, what shoes am I going to wear, what dress am I going to wear? Where does that balance lie?
When brands want you to endorse their products on your page, I do like a day at home, putting all different outfits, banking all the pictures, because it's hard. I know day to day I'm either in loungewear or I'm in trainers and leggings. Do you know what I mean? I'm really comfy. I can't go out. I don't really go out, so I never go out ever. So even like today, if I had socks on with these shoes in the car because I was just trying to stretch and make my feet comfortable, because I just don't really go out anymore. I don't wear dressy up things, and when I am dressed up on my social media, it's purely to do like a fashion blog post. It's not really because I've been out in that outfit that day.
Are you ever asked to endorse things and you're like, no way on God's earth am I
A lot of the time. I don't like my page to be smothered in it, and that time sometimes can be boring if people get uninterested and unfollow you. I do like the fashion posts, clothing. I think they're quite interesting because I know that I go on people's social media and I'm like, oh, I like that jacket or those shoes, but there are stuff out there that people do all the time, and I just think not really. Like drinks and shakes and teas and all that kind of stuff.
If you could be the face of any brand, what would it be?
Oh. I really like what Rosie does for Marx's. That kind of thing. Loungewear. I love loungewear. So yeah, maybe. Or one day.
Anybody else?
Thank you so much, you both, for coming to talk to me. It's really interesting.
Thank you, Sam. That's amazing.